My untitled poem. You call me a sellout, but I never bought in because I am more than just my black skin. I learned early on that black folks never win. Why? Because they call everyone else their friend. I took a chance on me, walked away from my favorite sin, and chose to be reborn so that I can live again. Selling out is how this whole racial imbalance came about. It's not just a racial thing. It's a commercial ring for those who are willing to do anything. I make my voice be heard through the sounds of my singing, releasing all past hurts through my writings. I don't believe in being held accountable for those who lack self-worth, nor having pity for those who disrespect Mother Earth. Coming into this planet is a gift, but people have treated it like a curse. They have trampled throughout the lands, taking possession over things that were not rightfully theirs to claim, including other people. Created slaves out of other human beings, no longer calling them women and men. The race of people held in captivity lost all sense of reality, while their handlers beat out all of their sensitivities. Calling each other sellouts is not the correct term to use, because majority of black folks never bought in on accepting being black to begin with, from fear and being used to being used and abused. The color of skin does not define what is truly within. So the next time you call another black person a sellout, remember how this racial issue first came about. Just because someone has more melanin in their skin does not make them your friend. Black Americans have been trained and conditioned to stay separate from one another. It's still evident today that that is the only way, regardless of what anyone else has to say. BET is a joke, an insult to the black community. It gives false hope of black unity. Look at everyone dancing and celebrating. Then look at who's really in charge. They will let the black slaves play just as long as they're being watched, like Sophia and the white woman in the film Color Purple, 1985. Nothing has changed contrary to what anyone wants to admit. So again, selling out is not the word to use. It's called condition. Black people continue to sell their own souls for acceptance and access into their world instead of recreating one for themselves. Black people will dance with the devil for what they want and need, but will call out others for doing the same thing. No, there are no sellouts. Everyone is just out for themselves. The only true freedom comes from being yourself and not wanting anything from anyone else. I've made peace with the fact that the only real unity I'll ever see is going to be with she, her, and me, because I too once had a dream for the advancement of humanity. But it's just way too much vanity. Fear of scarcity, stuck slave mentality, enforcement of non-existent laws, unconstitutional bylaws, public governmental recklessness, tons of hidden and brutal fatalities, but yet heavily restrict those who are radical and unconventional, willing to make a significant positive difference. We're basically living in a world of inanity. So I ask myself, what is the point of sharing my own sanctity and divinity with those who are willing to classify and crucify me? Goddess is set on her throne.